ABC is the worst network in terms of fairness. They had a poll where I was 17 points down a couple of days prior to the election. I was 17 points down in Wisconsin. And they do that so people don't vote. Because, you know, I love Trump, but he's 17 points down. I'm not going to go out and vote. I was 17 points down and I won. And I called the best pollster. I said, why wouldn't they say 5 or 4 or 3? Because at 3, you go and vote. At 17, your people say, I want to vote, but, you know, I'm busy, have other things to do. Let's go see a movie, and we'll watch the results later. They are the most dishonest network, the meanest, the nastiest, but that was what I was presented with. I was presented with ABC, George Slopadopoulos, you know who I am? And he's a nasty guy, and yet, he's a nasty guy. I've had him up to here, but let me tell you, he's a very, very bad kind of a guy, but I watched his interview of Joe Biden. It was like the softest interview I've ever seen. It was softer than the CNN interview of Kamala. So, but they're very nasty, and I think a lot of people are going to be watching to see how nasty they are, how unfair they are. I agreed to do it because they loses her train of thought a lot. She goes, that's why she doesn't want to do interviews. Can you imagine her doing an interview like this or like any of them? She did an interview with Dana Bash on CNN. And, you know, I have to tell you, Dana Bash did the debate with Joe Biden, with, I used to call him Fake Tapper, but I don't do that anymore. You know why? Because he was very honorable and so was she. And I thought that she would give a fair interview based on the debate, because she was fair. I was surprised, to be honest with you. I didn't expect that, but she was fair. I thought, I did well. I don't think he did too well. Although a friend of mine said, you shouldn't have done the interview. He's not going to make it. And you know what? He didn't make it. You know, think of this. It's very unfair in a lot of ways. I complain about it, but she ran against him in the primary. She got no votes, and she was the first to leave. I think 22 people or something like that. And she dropped. She was down to nothing. Never even made Iowa. And he got 14 million votes, and they threw him out. They said, "We want you out." And he wasn't going to win. I don't think he was going to win. But we did a good debate. We had a good debate, and it was a fair debate. And he was down like 18 or 19 points after the debate. And I hate mosquitoes. I'm surprised I didn't think we had. We don't like those mosquitoes running around. We want nothing to do with them. And we want nothing to do with bad politicians that hate our country, too. You want to know that? They went to him and they said, we want you out, you're not going to win. And it was really a coup when you think about it. And the woman who came in, the person that came in last, I mean, she came in last. She was the first one out. And of all those people, you had many people that did pretty well. It was actually close at the end. And then in South Carolina, and well, first of all, Millie. That day in Congress where Millie proclaimed his wokeness was an embarrassment for her. And remember this, we don't have a woke military. We have some guys at the top that are talking, but you couldn't convince them to be woke if you were screaming at them for 5 weeks. We took out 100% of the ISIS caliphate in 4 weeks. It was supposed to take 5 years. And I got to meet the real generals, and they are unbelievable. Our military is unbelievable. You're going to see a different country. We have to get elected. If we don't get elected, I don't know what's going to happen to our country. I just don't know.
Aware of how she debates, and probably every name in the book she can call you, and without giving away your tactic.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, but you know, when I had Biden, you and I had the same discussion, and I let him talk. I'm going to let her talk because, you know. You've all seen it. There are those that say that Biden is smarter than she is. If that's the case, we have a problem. But, you know, debating is an interesting thing. I've been in many debates. I think I probably won because of debating. Maybe, you know, we had a lot of debates with the Republicans, then we had Crooked Hillary. We had a lot of different people we had to debate. And we had some great debates. You do remember the Rosie O'Donnell debate? Rosie O'Donnell. She's a real great one. Isn't she a great one? Anyway, but debate is interesting. You can go in with all the strategy you want, but you have to sort of feel it out as the debate's taking place. I've seen it. You go in there and you have a strategy. Mike Tyson made the statement. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. It was a brilliant statement. It's a brilliant statement. So I can tell Sean exactly what I'm going to do, but you know, things change. It depends a lot on ABC. Will they be fair or not? If they're not going to be fair, I'm going to be a little bit different than if they are. I hope they're going to be fair. We're putting a lot of reliance on a network which is known for being extremely hostile to the people in this room and to, I think, 75–80% of the country, if you want to really know the truth. But Sean, all I can say is this, you know, I've seen Mitt Romney go and lock himself into a log cabin for 4 or 5 weeks, and then he came out and he was horrible in the debate. He couldn't talk. He gained weight.